one of the beautiful things about an ambulance is you have all of this outside storage. So this was my first build. This whole section here is all brand new. The vehicle's not as important as the time you spend and the places you go. Hey guys, my name's Andy. This is the Ambo that I built, and let me show you around. So here we are in the kitchen. This is just a cocktail sink. I've got a dual induction cooktop here. Dometic microwave, which is great when you're plugged in with electricity. It kind of drains the batteries pretty quick. I got all my electrical in these two cabinets. Dual zone Dometic fridge there. Nice little compartment underneath the bench for shoes and laundry. Works out great because it keeps it all contained. And then just a porthole window out that side, and I mirrored the backsplash here to make the space a little bit bigger, but since this is technically a vanity in the sink too, it's your bathroom. The interior of this build was kind of the easy part for me because my family has a history in the cabinet, in the custom cabinet business. So the build out and a lot of this whole section here is all brand new, but I was able to utilize a lot of the existing cabinetry that was already in here and just re-laminate the outside of it and clean everything up. Okay guys, so here we are in the dinette seating area. This is part of that butcher block countertop. It's on a telescoping pedestal that's gas assisted, so I can just push it down at night, flip the mattress over. Got the original bench that was in the Ambo to begin with underneath me. I cut the lid, so I've got a section here underneath this seat that I can open without having to move a mattress. I found a nice little dead space there for the trash can. Got all my food storage and just random stuff in this cabinet there. These two cabinets up here end up being toiletry items, and then I've got some extra hats and beanies and things like that hiding in that side. Got just a foam mattress here. I had it covered with vinyl on the bottom, so when you're sitting here eating, if you need a little more space, you can throw your food or whatever up here. You can also take the mattress outside and lay it on the ground if you need to do something underneath or just want to lay out and watch the stars. I hate making up my bed, so I made the bed do this on purpose. So it in the daytime I can just literally flip it over, sheets and all, set the table up, eat, sit here at my laptop and work, or fold it back over at the end of the day, and you don't really have to mess with the sheets or anything like that. I just move these two cushions, so it's pretty quick setup, and I actually love that and planned on it that way. It's pretty easy to do it, so I don't know if I could come up with anything better, but maybe next time. So here we are with the bed folded down, ready to go to bed. Store the cushions there. I actually can take those cushions and put them up in the window if I need a little extra insulation or sound deadening at night, which is cool. Plenty of clothing storage here. I actually don't have all of this stuff full. I just don't really need that much space, so I've got extra storage there, and it's great because this is all clothing. This cabinet here was shallow because there's an external compartment that used to house a spare tire, so it was kind of a small, how do we make this space functional, and what we came up with was put a piece of plexiglass in there, and you can throw your underwear, your socks, your bandanas, whatever in it, and we just drilled holes in the plexiglass, and you just reach in and kind of fumble around, but because it's plexi, you can see what you're digging for. And it was a great use of that space, and turned out pretty cool. Pretty simple too. Well, I started back in 2018, and I started looking for a four-wheel drive RV. Back then, nobody really made one. You had a Winnebago's van, Sprinter van, but that was really it. And I'm not a van guy, so I went with an ambulance chassis because I knew I could build the interior out, and the box and everything was pretty much already put together. Factory four-wheel drive, everything's pretty simple. Get a lot of bolt-on parts on a Ford F-350. And so yeah, that's how it started, and I would do it again. So yeah, for anybody trying to get into overlanding, just pick a vehicle and go. You're not going to get it right. Like I said, you're never going to be finished with it. You're not going to get it 100% right, and you're constantly going to figure out new things that you want to change or maybe do different on your next build. So yeah, just pick some sort of vehicle, whether it's an Ambo, a Sprinter van, any of those, and just build it out and go play with it a little bit. Get out in the woods, get out in the world and see some stuff, and you realize that a lot of times the vehicle's not as important as the time you spend and the places you go. So. So here we are back in the entry door. This is also the mudroom or the shower. Got a little shower curtain there that flips up. It's actually functional with the door open. You take this wooden shower mat here, put it on the ground, or it'll function with the shower door or with the door closed. Hot and cold water that I plumbed in here. I've got a little quick disconnect shower head and hook it up. So you got a pretty good functional shower that theoretically works year round. Can even roll the awning out a little bit and give you some shade or shelter from the rain or anything like that as well. So I was trying to figure out storage. One of the problems in any RV or even at your house is you always have a bunch of junk in your pockets when you come home. So these are his and her junk drawers. I keep my toothpaste and everything in there because it makes me brush my teeth more. But this Molly panel is actually off the interior of a Pelican case, and it's got these cool little quick disconnects that I can take the panel off if you're going to shower or anything like that, and you just pop it right back on. You don't have to worry about getting all your gear wet. And then good little outdoor guy or overly geared guy. It's actually a laundry bag that works great for shoes because I can put shoes in there, and if they got dirt or anything on them, I can just kind of knock it off on the ground. Don't have to worry about cleaning up a mess. So here we are at the front end. When I was doing the build, availability was a problem, so I went ARB bumper instead of having waiting for something to be fabricated. Might go aluminum if I did it again, just to save a little weight. Sprayed all the trim and everything with bed liner. Got First Attack Engineering's custom rims for this 8-on-170 bolt pattern. And when we went super singles, we had to go with a 41-inch tire to support the weight in the rear, which wasn't real excited about a 4-inch lift and a 41-inch tire, but now that they're on here, you can kind of see, yeah, I wanted 41-inch tires. We got Fox suspension, BDS steering stabilizer, Smittybilt 18,000 pound winch there. Did a little Raptor conversion Ford grill in the front, and went blackout with all the emblems and all the trim and everything. New mirrors with turn signals and heated, and pretty much it. We got pretty good clearance, and it's pretty gnarly off-road. So I had an AutoCAD background. I'm a landscape architect, and that actually helped me design a lot of this and figure a lot of things out. And I can actually do a lot of my design work remotely on the road, which is a great thing. Allows me to get out in a place like this and just sit out and chill out and open the windows and look at the mountains and work. And if anybody's thinking about trying to find a remote job, drafting is probably not a bad idea, because there's a lot of mechanical industries, civil engineering, landscape, architecture. All of those guys have great ideas, and it takes time to put it into AutoCAD, and that's what pretty much everyone works in. So taking some online courses and getting some certification in AutoCAD or some other 3D softwares, all you really need is to touch base and get internet periodically. You don't have to work online, and it'd be a great way for somebody that wanted to kind of get out and do something like this to kind of look in and become a draftsman. Here we are on the back. This is the existing bumper that was on the Ambo to begin with. I just sprayed it with a little bit of bed liner. Custom designed this ladder to get up that's actually bolted into the cross members. A couple of roto packs, one with diesel, one with motorbike fuel. 50-inch light bar, and we've actually got a little secret pull-up bar hiding up here that I built in just to get a little exercise on the road. So here we are up on the roof. One of the downfalls to a 41-inch tire is this is the only place I've got to fit it until I build a bumper with a swing-out carrier. But one of the other problems with building an Ambo is nobody makes a roof rack for it. So I had to custom design this one and get a tube bender to bend the tube, peg out, weld it together, and then I sprayed the bed liner, added in this aircraft track, so I got plenty of tie-down points. And then right now, currently, I've got 200 watts of solar up here because I'm East Coast and we don't camp in the sun. So I use the deployable panels when camping most of the time. So here we are on the outside. One of the beautiful things about an ambulance is you have all of this outside storage. And I learned a new one the other day: in the overlanding world, you never use the F word. That's finished, and I'm not finished. So I've got plans for a double slide out with a grill here. The grill come out and come this way, single burner propane. So basically I have an outdoor kitchen. And then, like we talked about inside, this was my, definitely had to keep that compartment so I can put my boards in there and go riding in the wintertime. So here we are in the cab, pretty standard 2001 F350 cab. Thinking about maybe converting the dash over to 2016 at some point. But for now, I've got a Kenwood head unit with a reverse camera. It's pretty cool because I can actually watch my bike on the back when I'm riding down the road. It's pretty good peace of mind there. Garmin Overlander up top. Just installed a Midland 575, their new 50 watt GMRS radio, so I'm testing that out for now. Console, this is a lot of the switch console that used to be in the Ambo that I kind of cut it down. Added a couple of gauges and things like that for the engine, and got plenty of good space up here and an easy pass through back if you don't want to get out and it's raining or whatever, you can just hop in the back and go to bed. So this was my first build. I've had a Jeep for years. I've spent a month in a Toyota Highlander in New Zealand. I've rented camper vans in Europe and driven around different countries, border crossings and things like that. So that gave me a lot of great ideas and a lot of experience being in the vehicle. So when I went into this build, I kind of knew what to expect in a lot of aspects. So it gave me an idea where to go with it. Cool guys, thanks for touring the Ambo. If anybody wants to check me out on Instagram, it's _Ambo, so THE_AMBO. That's the best way to get in touch with me. I'm on Facebook and all that stuff too, but I monitor that Instagram page a little bit more. And hopefully I'll see you out here.